Star, this is your October 30th, 2023 lesson. The one on the right is your first swing in the lesson. It's a good swing, very athletic. It's just you come over the top and do kind of a tomahawk chop. If you can recover from that and lay it off at the last minute mid-swing, that's when you can hit the ball as well as anybody. Unfortunately, you can only do that like one, maybe 2 times out of 10, and the reason is you've got extra movement. So the one on the right is what you started with, and the one on the left is what you end up with. So we'll pair these together, and let's just look at the one on the left to begin with. So the takeaway is okay, and we get up to here, and then the elbow is too far out behind you, and then this is the death move, is see how the shaft is parallel to that yellow line, and then all of a sudden, this is old programming, and it's facilitated by the floating right elbow. So as you come down, see how it gets really steep through here, and when you get to here, the club's outside your hands, the ball's going to go left, not going to go straight unless you open the club face or hit it off the hosel like that. Okay, so let's now let's look at the swing at the end of the lesson. That's the one on the left. So take away, get it up. See how the hands drop nicely, and as you're looking at it, you're on the, you're more shallow than the yellow line, which is good. It's called a laid off position. And see how the elbow gets in front of your chest, in front of your body. See how the shaft gets on your right forearm really quickly, not really quickly, but accurately, and then you swing through and end up like that. Okay, so it's kind of a staged swing, but you can play with that swing. Now, if you look at the two things, and I'll try to get them better synced here. These should be relatively synced. So as we take it, whoops. As we take it back, it's about the, no, it's not. Okay, so take it back. It's about the same on the takeaway. The club, is, it's about the same, but see when on the left it's getting shallow, which means it's at an angle less than the angle of that yellow line. The one on the right is actually parallel or close enough to parallel, and you get to the top. So here's the top position. Okay, so way better position. See how the tee and the butt of the club is pointed above the ball. Okay, so that's an overcorrection, but that's a good thing. Now the tee of the club, the butt of the club, is pointed about here, which is better than across the line, except the flying elbow is going to make it worse. Now watch how Okay, so that position, way better at the top. See how that elbow is pointed down, and see how the upper arm is small? That means that the elbow is pointed almost directly at the camera, and this is a longer right upper arm indicates that it's just pointed behind you. Okay, so that's what's setting you up. Okay, so then as you come down, now watch the move of the right hand. See the right hand, it gets in there and starts twisting. From your angle, it'd be going to, if this is 12 o'clock, that's 1 o'clock. No, and just watch how these things drop differently. So there's the top, and we drop. See how the right hands, the hands on the left just drop, and on the right, you just kind of throw it. So when you get to here, there's a difference already, right? So see where that elbow is tucked almost inside your body, where this is kind of pointed out behind, and then the next couple frames, get to see how that that shaft on the right gets really steep. The one on the left doesn't, because you're just dropping your hands down. You're not throwing your hands at the ball, and then you get to this point of right here. Let me get this better synced. So this is like night and day. You can see the shaft is blurry, but it's there and there. I'll give you a picture of it. And all. So way better swing. You can play with this swing on the left. You're going to be infinitely inconsistent with the swing on the right. So looking at the swing on the left, once we master this move down, this transition move, and get it on plane, then we can start looking at other stuff. But that's the number one thing that's causing us trauma. Okay, then the next thing is we're still, the heels should be about 4 inches from the backboard. They're like 10 inches here, okay? And that's going to create this new wall. See how you get away from the wall, but then you stay away from it the same distance. So this distance here is the distance you're too far from the wall. So if you're like 8 inches from the wall here, so what I'm trying to spit out is you got the weight back on your heels still, and that's creating some motion there. It's secondary to coming in steep. That's the number one enemy, is steepness. We fix that on a regular basis, then we can start paying attention to clearing the body and keeping your butt against the back wall. Okay, the number two thing, secondary number two, is you kind of throw your hands away from the body. See how the butt of the club is here, and it started here. So that means you have independent movement of the hands or arms, and that just kind of sets it up, and the shoulders become too flat, and things like that. Again, second and third priority over steepness, and only to be addressed when we have the steepness fixed.